Price of Apple stock, please. I think it's slightly lower this morning, or dead flat, or is it ever so slightly higher? Up a buck, 114. I'm going to call that pretty flat.
Yep.
This is coming just days ahead of China's president's visit to the U.S. We're learning 36 of the most popular Chinese-made apps in Apple's App Store infected with software. So, personal information of Chinese consumers can be stolen from their iPhones. Apple was previously unhackable, I thought. Joining me now is one of these good guy hackers, and he's the head of threat intelligence at Immunity Inc., Alex McGeorge. Now, straighten us all out here. The only people in jeopardy are those Chinese consumers, Chinese people who downloaded Apple apps in China. They're the only ones who are in jeopardy here. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe so. So what happened was the way that you download and develop applications for Apple requires some tooling that is difficult to get, or let's say annoying to get in China. So someone hosted another version of that was infected. The developers who used that, which was quite a bit of them, then had their apps they developed with the infected software further infected, and that made it onto the Apple App Store. WeChat being used by over 500 million Chinese.
So the danger here is that there's twofold, two impacts here. Number one, to Apple's reputation, which well, I always thought that Apple was unhackable and therefore, you know, the good guys. And number two, doesn't it mean that the hackers can now read the personal information of hundreds of millions of Chinese people? And that would include the Chinese government. Am I right?
Yes, you're absolutely correct. I think, so yes, that is the privacy implications of this particular hack and this attack. However, you know, I would have to dispel a bit of a rumor that Apple is unhackable. They're certainly not. You know, they've had issues before. I mean, you know, you'll remember the celebrity photos being stolen off of iCloud. There have been other incidents that involve Apple software. So what happened here was, you know, Apple makes a promise that they're going to do their best to review apps that come onto the App Store. But they can't read every single line of source code and think about everything within the context of that app. So what happened here is we had a couple of bad apps that were added to the App Store. They happen to be very popular. And now, you know, 500 million plus Chinese Apple users are now at risk as a result.
Okay. One last question. I've only got 30 seconds, Alex, but I've got an iPhone. I've got lots of apps. You know what you're doing. If you wanted to, could you hack into me and my iPhone? Could you do it?
Yes, but it would be very expensive.
Why would it be expensive?
Apple is actually, so you're right, Apple does have a good security reputation. However, we run into issues where you have a lot of apps, you target the weakest link, which is the apps. If you're targeting just the phone, then it becomes more expensive.
Why is it expensive? I mean, what do you have to do? Do you buy a supercomputer or something?
No. Just the flaws that we would use to take control of your phone would fetch quite a premium on the market for such tools.
Okay.
You know, you're talking above $250,000 typically.
I'm not worth it, Alex. I'm absolutely not worth it. Believe me, son. I'm just not worth it. And I'm out of time. But Alex, that's good information. We appreciate that. Clean cut, direct clarity. Like it. Thank you very much, sir.